Claude quietly became 5 products this month, and most business owners are using exactly one of them. The weakest one, the chat box, and it's the smallest room in a house that just added 4 more. Here's what happened. If your Claude tutorial is more than a week old, it's teaching you the wrong product. The Claude 5 family landed. Fable 5, Anthropic's most capable model yet, state of the art on nearly every benchmark they tested. And around it, the product grew from 1 surface into 5. Chat, projects, code, Cowork, and design. So you're sitting in the chat box typing questions. Meanwhile, there's an agent 1 tab over that can do the actual work on your files. This is the guide I wish existed when I had to relearn all of it. Let's draw the new map. Now, why listen to me on this? I run 3 businesses on Claude every single day. My whole content system, the agents that keep it moving, the automation behind it. It replaced what used to eat about 15 hours of my week, and a part-time hire I would have had to make. This isn't a review from someone who read the docs. This is the map I actually use to run real work. And when the product changed under me this month, I had to redraw it. So I did the work. You get the shortcut.
Hey, I'm Johnny Nell. I spent years building businesses the old hard way, managing teams, scaling operations, and doing everything manually. Today, everything I built, from automations and no-code infrastructures to fully AI SaaS products, has AI helping in one way or another.
Firstly, let me quickly show you this. In South Africa, we call this a braai.
I build with AI tools that, in my opinion, anyone can learn to use. My mission is simple: to help creators, entrepreneurs, and business owners get clarity with AI. Let's build smarter together and enjoy this video.
Here's what's actually at stake. If you're running last month's Claude, you're using maybe the weakest 20% of what you already pay for. You're paying pro or max money for a chatbot when there's an employee-grade tool sitting behind the same login. And it compounds quietly. Every week you stay in the chat box, the work you could have handed off piles up on your desk instead. The competitor who learned the new map is handing multi-step jobs to an agent. While you're copy-pasting between tabs, same subscription, completely different output. The gap isn't the tool, it's the map. So let me give you the map. 5 surfaces, 1 job each. Here's the whole thing in plain business terms. Chat is where you think together. Ask, draft, get a quick answer. Projects is context that persists. You load your business once, and Claude carries it into every conversation after that. So you stop re-explaining yourself. Code builds actual software. Cowork is the agent, is the one that does the work. Multi-step on your real files, even scheduled. And design is visual output. Decks, prototypes, branded graphics, exports straight to Canva, PowerPoint, or PDF. Here's the way to hold it. Chat thinks, projects remembers, code builds, Cowork does, design shows. Match the job to the surface and the whole thing clicks. Use the chat box for everything. And you're using a screwdriver as a hammer, a saw, and a drill. Let's talk money, because this is where owners get it wrong. Free gets you Sonnet 5 with limits. Pro is $20 a month. About 45 messages every 5 hours. Max is 100 for 5 times that, or 200 for 20 times. Team runs around 25 a seat. Premium around 125 with Claude Code included. And Enterprise adds the big context window and compliance controls. Here's the frame that matters. Your limits run on 2 layers, a rolling 5-hour window and a weekly cap, shared across the app and code. So the question isn't which plan, it's how much real work am I handing off per week? Hand off more, size up. Then 3 settings on day 1. Set up a project for your core business context. Do that once. Turn on the approval mode in Cowork before it touches anything real. We'll get to why. And your model picker. Default to Sonnet for almost everything. It's the default for a reason. Escalate to Opus for heavy reasoning. Fable 5 for your highest stakes work. Just know Fable burns the most of your allowance. Most owners should live on Sonnet and stop worrying about it. Alright? Screens up, watch this. I'm going to build a project, not just chat. Come up to the top and create a new project. First thing, custom instructions. I'm telling Claude who my business is, who we serve, the tone we use. Then the knowledge base right here. I drop in our offer doc, a past proposal, the brand guide. This is the part people skip, and it's the whole game. Now watch what that buys me. I open a fresh chat inside the project, and I ask it to draft a client follow-up email. Look, I never re-explained the business. It already knows. The tone matches, the offer's right. The client's context is baked in. In a plain chat box, I'd rebrief it every single time. Here, that context persists across every conversation I ever start. Said it once, and every task after this starts 3 steps ahead. This is the one. This is the moment the whole video is built around. Watch the agent actually work. I'm in Claude now. I'm giving it a real multi-step job, not a toy. Go through this folder of client notes. Pull out every action item and build me a summary doc grouped by client. Watch what happens. It's reading the files. It's working through them one by one. It's building the doc, and I'm not touching anything. And here's the part that matters for a business owner. This runs on the web and on mobile now. And the task keeps going even when I close the laptop. This isn't a coding gadget. Anthropic's own usage data shows business process work is the biggest category of Cowork use. It's about 1/3 of everything people do with it, while actual software development is under 9%. Most people using this aren't coding. They're handing off busy work. That's the unlock. The agent does the task, you check the result. 2 more surfaces, and neither one needs you to write a line of code. First, design. I'm asking for a branded 1-pager for a client offer. Watch it lay out the visual. Colors, hierarchy, the works. And down here. I export it straight to PowerPoint or Canva or PDF. That's a designer's afternoon done while I talk. Now code. And stay with me because this part surprises people. I describe a small tool I want. A simple calculator my clients can use on my site. I'm not writing code. I'm describing the outcome and it builds it. Here's the proof this isn't just me. Anthropic studied around 400,000 Claude Code sessions across 235,000 users and non-technical professionals, people in law, finance, management, hit success rates near actual engineers. What separated the winners wasn't coding skill, it was domain knowledge and clear articulation. You don't need to build, you need to describe. Quick pause. Everything I just showed you. The settings, the project setup, the model defaults, I've packaged into one thing called the Claude Business Starter Kit. Settings checklist, a founder prompt pack, ready-made project templates, and the security guide we're about to talk through. This is the difference between a weekend of trial and error and being set up right in 20 minutes. The what is right here in this video free. The how, the exact templates, and the setup that took me a month to get right. That's in the Claude Business Starter Kit inside the AI Founders Vault. Links below. Now let's talk about the part no other Claude guide covers. This is my section. Nobody else teaching Claude teaches this because most of them don't come from where I come from. Here's the thing about handing an agent your real accounts. Broad permissions lead to unconstrained access, which leads to the agent improvising when it hits an obstacle, which leads to actions you never intended. On files and accounts that actually matter, that's the chain. So you break it at the first link. Scope what it can touch before it touches anything. Cowork's built for this if you set it up right. It runs in a sandbox, scoped file and tool access, approvals required for sensitive actions, and you can stop the run at any moment. Turn on the automatically approve mode, and it reviews each action for safety and blocks the unsafe ones. And it flat out requires your explicit permission before it permanently deletes a file. On Enterprise, you get role-based access, group spend limits, and the ability to restrict connector scope because connectors default to broad read access and you want minimum necessary always. And I'll give you the honest gap because I'd want it. Right now, Cowork activity doesn't show up in the audit logs or the compliance API yet. That's real. So if you're in a regulated business, keep the sensitive stuff on a tighter leash until that closes. This isn't fear. This is how you build agents you actually trust. So you're the founder who ships fast, because the security is already handled, not the one hoping nothing goes wrong. 4 traps I watch founders walk into. 1. Wrong surface for the job. Asking the chat box to do agent work. The map fixes that. 2. No project context. Rebriefing Claude every session like it has amnesia. Projects solve that in 5 minutes. 3. Treating the agent as magic. Look, about 79% of Claude code use is just do the task for me. But the people who win still bring the domain knowledge and the clear spec. It's plumbing, not a genie. 4. Ignoring usage limits. Long documents and big attachments burn your allowance fast, and Anthropic doesn't publish exact per message counts. So watch that 5-hour window and weekly cap, and size your plan to your real workload. Here's the one to take with you. Chain all 5. Projects holds your business context. Chat drafts the plan. Cowork executes the multi-step work on your files while you're doing something else. Design turns the result into a client-ready visual. Code builds the little tool that ships it. 1 job, 5 surfaces, 1 afternoon. That's a full-time employee's whole workflow. Think, remember, build, do, and make it look good. Running for $200 a month. Instead of the $5,000 you'd pay a hire. Think, remember, do, build, show. That's the map. That's the whole thing. If this redrew the map for you, subscribe. I test this stuff on my own businesses first and bring you what actually holds up, so you're never learning last month's version. Then tell me in the comments, which of the 5 would you hand your busy work to first? Chat, projects, code, Cowork, or design. I read them and I reply. And the setup that took me a month, the checklist, the prompt pack, the templates, the security guide, that's the Claude Business Starter Kit inside the AI Founders Vault. Every setting in it is one I run on my own accounts. If it's not battle tested on a real business, it's not in there. Links below, go build.